Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Yeah, Dallas still finished with the positive record going 10-8, but it wasn't like it was the year before when they were just Steve dominant.
Well, you look at the teams that have given Dallas trouble in the East, and they're all from the Central Division. And it makes sense. I mean, the Central was pretty solid, had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since.
That's good. Bass has got his first basket.
Well, none of the defenders were quick enough to step out and get a hand in his face on that jump shot. Big mistake there.
Marion, right side, lets it go from 14. And another basket for Dallas.
Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space, and they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options, and I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if, Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix somewhere.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. I mean,
here's Mayo, and that one's good. The Celtics with the lead. Rondo kicks to Garnett. Defended by Kaman. Garnett the pass to Rondo, and it's sent back by Nowitzki. Here's Bradley. Chris Kaman pulls it in.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Mayo with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Mayo dishing to Nowitzki. The pass to James. Kicks it to Mayo. There's the forward two-handed slam.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Well, those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
So they're looking a bit creaky out there. Garnett kicks to Rondo. Throws it up high and finished off by Bass.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
Well, it's hard for me to believe this, that Doc Rivers, guys, is in his 14th season as an NBA head coach. We banged heads against each other between the lines way back in the day on the hardwood, and he's already coached 14 years. Top 20 all-time in playoff wins is Doc. He won Coach of the Year back in 2000. His first season as a head coach, and for those who may not know, was also an outstanding commentator before taking the reins on the sideline. So well-versed in the world of basketball is Doc Rivers.
Here's Rondo after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Now Rondo still looking to get on the scoreboard. Passes it to Garnett. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Pierce. Nice shot from the wing.
And Clark, you were talking about Doc Rivers. You mentioned that Coach of the Year award. Not bad for a guy who didn't really have any coaching experience as an assistant. He went straight from the broadcast booth.
He kicks it to Mayo for three, and the shot is good. Mayo's got 9 points.
Boy, it's just so frustrating to try to guard him.
Well, O.J. Mayo stepping into the instant offense off the bench role for the Grizzlies last season, and it seemed to suit him quite well. I mean, a guy who can heat it up like that can hurt you from outside. Certainly a valuable part of their...
Look out, man!
Already shaken.
He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
The Mavericks trailing.
Lowest of any playoff team in the East, except for the Knicks.
And it's Carter missing. Celtics leading by 4. Rondo drives in.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Mayo with it. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Green. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Garnett. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
And here are the Mavericks now. 6-point game. He dishes it to Nowitzki. Outside Collison. Will it go? Here's Mayo. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
Celtics leading by 6. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, the Celtics' Rajon Rondo is such a tremendously talented player, but he has butted heads in the past with Coach Doc Rivers, and at times has had a hot temper. Rondo said, listen, I'm very passionate about the game. I think I'm a student of the game, but at the same time, I have to do a better job of taking criticism. I've got to take myself out of the equation. It's about the team. You can't pick and choose when you're going to be a leader. You have to do it every day. And guys, for Doc Rivers and the Celtics, that's music to their ears.
It'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Doris.
He's a firecracker, no doubt about it. And just a huge part of their team.
Collison against Rondo. Outside Mayo. Over Terry. Mayo. That's good. Mayo's got 13.
Mayo rocking and rolling right now.
Season past, the legend, Larry Bird, for second all-time in scoring for the Celtics. How about that accomplishment? That's all the space he needs, guys. He'll make you pay every time if you give him that shot.
It's Pierce on the wing. Puts up a 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor.
Real team record books, I know that's got to feel special. He's been one of the truly great Celtics of all time.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Pass to Terry. Shoots the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. 9 points for Jason Terry.
Make that mid-range shot.
And Steve, whether starting or coming off the bench, JT is always ready to step into the big moment and knock down the big shot. Put that paw up there and banged it home. Yeah, man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, right. That was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
In the postseason, that's exactly what happened to them, especially when you know some of your stars are aging. And they've got some age here right now.
Yeah, but they've got some house money to play with, Kevin, because of that championship the season before. But you know, Dallas is now in a transition phase. They knew their stars were getting older, so they had a pretty good draft this past summer. Now it's a time to move forward to the next era of Mavs basketball.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Jason Terry, a fixture in Dallas for the last 8 seasons. Acquired by the Boston Celtics in part to replace the departing Ray Allen. And Terry's a great fit in Boston. A gifted shooter and shot creator, something the Celtics didn't have in great supply. He's an important cog for a team that seems to have reloaded rather than rebuilt this offseason. Terry said, if they need me to wash the uniforms or sweep the floor, whatever role Doc wants me to play, I'm here to give it my all. That's what I've done my whole career. Whatever it takes to win. Kevin, you have to love that attitude.
It's something else, all right. Thank you, Doris. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Mayo comes in for Sean Marion. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Well, the thing with Garnett, Kevin, is he's still one of the best players in the league. He doesn't finish quite as well around the basket as he once did, but he's got a knockdown jump shot at that mid-range level. Excellent defender, good rebounder, and basically just a winner.
Well, he is a winner because he does all of those things. He scores, he defends, but it's not just about scoring with him. He's a pretty good playmaker from the post too, Steve. He's become quite adept at spotting cutters and slashers when he's got the ball in the post.
Here's Green, following the basket by O.J. Mayo. And it's Rondo penetrating. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. Outside for Rondo. Celtics passing it around. Here's Garnett.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals.
To Carter. There's one for three. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 8 points for Vince Carter.
Nice bounce back here for Vince Carter last year. I think he found a nice role with the Mavericks. Coming off the bench, he shot the ball well, especially from long distance.
Now here's Rondo. Outside Pierce. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. The success the Celtics have had, Rivers was there back when the team wasn't so great, and the organization stuck with him, and now he is stuck with them.
What a throw down there. Man. Now we're cooking with gas, partner.
A breathtaking display. Harry for three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, what's great about him, guys, is that even with the smallest amount of space, he can rise up and just bury the jump shot from long range.
And Steve, he's earned a nickname that's familiar to anybody that's followed basketball, the microwave. There's no slow build-up with him. All he needs is one shot to go down, and it can set him off, turn him into a real scoring machine. He cooks with gas, not electricity. In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Brand outside. The pass to Mayo. Shoots the three. Another three for Dallas.
Wow, this guy is doing an instructional video from outside out there. He's got 4 in the game, but 3 have come in this quarter.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Sullinger. Back to Rondo. The Celtics working the ball around now. Outside Terry. Gets it to go. Terry's got 11 points in the quarter.
And what an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
Launches it. That's good. Nowitzki's got 5.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Now here's Rondo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. On the wing, Terry. The 3 is launched. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Tell you what, he's draining the 3 ball at will, guys.
Yeah, he is, and they've got to find a way to get out there on it.
Brand, good. 6 points for him.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Well, he shot 73% from the line last year, fairly average in terms of where he stands in the league.
It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the third quarter. But right now, it's time for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. And we return here in Big D, Dallas, Texas. Welcome back, everyone. Really an incredible game from O.J. Mayo.
Well, you might want to draw up a couple plays for him because he's been great from the outside.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? It's like there's nobody else in the gym the way he's shooting. I mean, sometimes you get in that zone from deep, and I'm sure you've known about it and done it in your past, but since they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds, and the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True. You gotta love to see that kind of range. He's been lighting it up from outside.
Rondo with it, looking for his first bucket of the game. Pass. He's working on Nowitzki. Here's Bradley. He dishes it to Bass. Over Nowitzki. Bass's shot. Good. You know, Clark, you wonder.
Still holds the franchise record for assists.
Here's Kaman after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Good. That's 7 points for Chris Kaman.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Rondo kicks to Garnett. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And, you know, getting back to the playing career of Doc Rivers, guys, 13 seasons.
Feeds it to Kaman. The shot from the low post is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Garnett. The pass to Rondo. Dishes it to Pierce. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Every time they step up to the line, it's easy and relaxed.
Now here's Rondo. For 3, Pierce. That's good. Pierce has got 9 points here in the second half.
And, you know, talking about Brandon Wright, he's done a lot of functional strength training, trying to engage his core, that area between your kneecaps and your sternum. He's got his weight up to 230 pounds now, and that added muscle, I think, will help him compete physically night in and night out and make him more of an effective player.
Austin with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. They get it back. To end the run. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Celtics have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, you take a look at Brandon Bass last season. He was traded to the Celtics, and on a top-tier team, I think he's become quite consistent in his performance as he's gotten more consistent minutes. I mean, it's got to be a real confidence boost for him going forward.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Kicks to right, 6 to shoot. Backs in. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Celtics trail by 7. It's Pierce on the wing. Uncovered. And it's Boston with another.
He may single-handedly bring his team back, guys. What a fantastic quarter he's having.
Now here's Collison. Nowitzki outside. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Tries to save it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Still Mavericks ball.
Here's James. Nailed from three-point land. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
You know, on defense, even on an inbounds play, you can't leave three-point shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Mavericks lead by 8. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Gets it to go.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
The Mavericks leading. Now here's James. Wright outside. Now the dish to Carter. Wright sets a screen for Carter. Pass to James. Ooh, the double clutch. And no mistakes on the layup. James has got 11 in the second half.
Force the action back out to the perimeter.
Here's Garnett. Chris Kaman making his last shot. That's good. 12 points for Garnett.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
Carter dishes to James. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Vince Carter.
Mike James.
Well, one thing you can always count on with Dallas is that they're going to be tough to beat at home. That crowd they fill up the arena every single night.
Home record, and last year no different. I mean, 23-10 in their home games last season.
Here's Bradley. It's good. This game is all even. Bradley's got 15 points in just the second half.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. James against Rondo. James, the pass to Marion. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Nowitzki outside. The pass to James. Here's the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 5 assists in the game. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Bass.
He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, what a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
On those open jump shots.
It's Mayo on the wing. Pierce covering. Straight up. And again, O.J. Mayo. Mayo's got 39.
And going back to Rick Carlisle, I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Offensively, his teams run great stuff. They execute. They pay close attention to details. And then defensively, he really juggles his lineups and his zone defenses. He mixes in a matchup zone. So I think Rick Carlisle is one of the best in the business.
That's good for Mayo.
I don't think Dirk Nowitzki gets enough credit for how nimble he is offensively. He's a 7-footer, not a very explosive athlete, never throws it down on guys, but he finds ways to get away from defenders, whether it's with a sneaky, clever move or just that size and shooting ability.
That's a good way to size him up. James, the pass to Mayo. Kaman inside, working on Garnett. White block shot. Again, the Mavericks score. You mentioned Nowitzki's agility and footwork, Clark. That 1-foot fadeaway, fall away is a move he mastered, and you know, you see it catching on with other players like, you know, Steve, in the playoffs we saw Kevin Durant do that a lot for Oklahoma City last year.
Well, what's the expression, Kevin? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. Well, that's the case. I mean, Durant, Kobe, those guys took the cue from Dirk and incorporated that shot into their games. So Dirk has been really groundbreaking as a 7-foot shooter.
And here is Mayo, following the three-pointer by Paul Pierce. Count the bucket. And that's 15 points for Chris Kaman. Here's Rondo. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. Pierce. Got it!
Boy, what a huge shot there.
How about what a game? I mean, he answered the bell with that one.
The Mavericks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Now here's Mayo. Tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
He is always so in control, guys, even when he's going hard to the hoop. Very skilled finisher.
At the line for your Mavericks, O.J. Mayo.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
That was critical, guys. Absolutely critical. And, that's what we're used to.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
Here's Rondo. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's Pierce on the wing. Guarded by Marion. Fades away. Oh, missed it. Here's Pierce. It's off.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open. He just couldn't take advantage.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And his second attempt at the line, no good. Time called here. The Celtics decide to go. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, O.J. Mayo.
You're watching 2K Sports.